video on how to get set up on Kpi. So the first thing you do is come to kippy.cloud and you enter your work email address into here. I'm going to pretend I work for an organization called example.org.com, and I press start now, and a Kpi instance is created for my organization. My login details, the username and password, will be emailed to me. If you can't find it, check your junk and spam folder. If you want us to help you get set up or set it up for you, please get in touch. If you want to do it yourself, please continue. The first thing you'll see is this pop-up that you can access through this icon here, and we're going to press start. So we're in the English language, so all the labels and all the help text will be in English. If you want to change your language to a different language, you can do via this icon at the top, but we're going to continue this demo in English for now. So I'm going to click next, and the first thing to do is to add some objectives. So Kpi is defaulted by the 4 standard perspectives: customers, finance, people and process. You can edit these if you like, and we can see that later. But for now, I'm going to add my first objective to the customer perspective, and I'm just going to call my first objective 01. So that objective will now be added to the customer's perspective, and I'm going to add a second objective called 02 to the finance perspective, and so on and so on. I can add as many objectives as I want against the different perspectives. Once I've finished creating all my objectives, the next thing I'm going to do is add my first KPI. So I'm going to add my first KPI to the 01 objective, and I'm just going to call that first KPI K1. And I won't go into the details of what all these fields mean, but you can hover over the labels to get more info. So this K1 KPI, I'm going to track it on a quarterly basis, and press save. So I've now got the K1 KPI saved against the 01 objective. Now then, I can create more KPIs in the screen, so I can say against the 01 objective I'm going to create K2, and so on and so on, and I can keep doing that on the screen. However, I can also do it in bulk by going to the settings screen and using this grid over here to add more of them. So I can say, for example, that for the 02 objective I'm going to add K2, and save that, and that will save the K2 KPI against the 02 objective. And in this way I can keep adding more and more KPIs to the different objectives. The other thing I can do is, if I want to do this a bit quicker with my existing KPIs, if I right click on the grid and say save as, it will download it to a CSV that I can open in Excel, and I'm going to add my other ones. Get them from wherever you have them in this format, copy them, paste them into the table. So now I've pasted in a K3 KPI against the 02 objective and a K4 KPI, so on and so on. And I can press save, and that will save all those KPIs against those different objectives. the next thing we're going to do is we're going to set some KPI owners, some owners to these KPIs. So if I go back to the maintain screen and I select one of these KPIs, like the K2 KPI, I'm going to edit that and I'm going to assign an owner. Now at the moment I'm the only user of this system, so I need to invite a colleague by clicking this invite button down here. So I'm going to invite a colleague by clicking this invite button down here. Bob, my organization. I'm going to give him the role of admin. You can check the help guide to see what these different roles allow the users to do. And I'm going to invite Bob. So at this point, Bob will get an email with his login details and a help guide. And now I can assign K2 KPI to Bob, and Bob becomes the owner of this KPI. I'm going to click next. So the next thing to do is to edit this KPI to set the targets, any historical actuals, and approve it. As the KPI is quarterly, I'm going to set the quarterly KPIs and any historical actuals that we may have. And because we're in December now, I'm also going to say how we did we meet this target at the end of the year. The other thing is I'm going to approve this KPI to make it live and press save. So that's it. We've got our first KPI set up and approved. And we can go through all the different KPIs, set them up as well, which I'll do quickly on one of the other ones by also giving it some targets and actuals. And when we now go to the different dashboards, we'll be able to see those approved KPIs and how they're performing. So I'll click on that one. You can see in the customer's perspective for the O1 objective, we've got the K1 KPI, and this is its actuals and against its targets, and therefore its score, and for the other KPI, and so on. And you can go through all the different dashboards and see the information in different ways. Click next. So we're going to set up our strategy before we move go any further by clicking on the strategy icon and then clicking up here on mission, vision, mission, values, and I'm just going to put in whatever our vision, mission, and values are. I'm going to click next. So now we're going to add some more teams. So at the moment we've been adding this against the level 1 team, and we want to start including other teams in the organization. So if I click on this add icon, I can create a level 2 team. Maybe your level 2 team is sales or HR. Click add. And at this point, all the approved KPIs from level 1 and the objectives from level 1 will be copied down into this level 2 team. And we can go to maintain, see those KPIs, and we can edit them, and so on, and set local targets and actuals for this KPI in the level 2 sales team. We can add more teams. So if we wanted to add a level 2 team, we click here and we could add a level 2 team, say called HR, and that will create a second level 2 team under the CEO team. And likewise, we can continue this hierarchy by adding more level 2 teams, or if we wanted to create a level 2 team under sales, we could do add and add a level 3 team under sales, and so on. If we return to the strategy screen, we will now see that the objectives in this level 2 team link to objectives in the parent team, and this allows the objectives to cascade down the organization. If we were to create a new objective in this level 2 team, we would have to say which parent team objective it relates to, so we can maintain that cascading of objectives down the organization. We're going to the top level team now, the CEO team, and looking at the drill down view, I can see that the O1 objective is performing like so in level 1, and then I can see it cascading down to the level 2 teams and how it will be performing in the lower teams as well. So this is how to set up KPIs. There's also the projects module, where for each team you can create new projects. Here you put in the project name, the start date, end date. You can have many milestones against a project, so you can keep adding milestones. And just like you assign KPI owners, you can add project owners and milestone owners and invite new ones if you need to. We recommend you change your password once you've first logged in. Remember, your password has been emailed to you, but please set it to something new. You can also start adding your profile picture, so your picture appears against the KPIs and on the dashboards. You can also change the color of the background of each board, so it makes it clearer which board you're on. So we'll make the CEO board a darker blue if we want to. And you can set the dates on which the system should allow or not allow changes to be made to the targets and to the actuals. So as well as inviting users to become KPI owners, we can invite more users to the system. So we could invite Sue, for example, to be a manager in the sales team. And then Sue will get an email along with instructions on how to log in and how to get started and what she can do. In brief, the users can come in, propose new OKRs and submit actuals, whereas managers can assign KPIs to teams and people, approve those submitted OKRs, review actuals, and perform performance appraisals. That's it, you're all done, you're all set up. There's many more features that you can access in the settings screens here, including a bulk upload feature If you want to import all your historical information about your teams in one go, using this, you can not only import your objectives and KPIs for a team, but also the targets and actuals for all your KPIs and project milestones. And finally, a quick note to say, if you want us to do this for you, if you go to the pricing page on the website, you'll find details about the Enterprise Accelerator package, where we can help you get set up very quickly, whether you have your KPIs already or not. We can help you define them, we can help you pull them together, import them into the system, train your admin and managers and users on how to use the system, and give you detailed guidance on the different features and how to self-service using the setting screens we just saw.